Hey guys, Jack D175, and today I'm going to be doing the highly requested setup video. I'm going to be showing you my Supercross setup and my outdoor setup, as well as my advanced stability, because a lot of people asked for that in my last one, and I left it out because I personally don't think you should change your advanced stability. Maybe change a couple sliders, but I would never change mine completely. And I'm also going to be teaching you guys how to load and save setups that you've created. So first thing I'm going to show you is my Supercross setup, and let's get right into it. Alright, so here's my advanced stability. I'm going to start off with my advanced stability, and keep in mind my advanced stability setup for Supercross is a little bit different than my advanced stability setup for outdoors. So first we're going to start off with leveling at 16, roll damping at 33, roll limit angle at 41, roll limit factor at 4, steering damping at 33, steering strength at 95, max steering force at 1000, direct steering 1, slow damping speed 2, slow damping factor 1, landing damping fall off 0.19, landing damping factor 1.75, full lock speed 10, restricted lock speed 50, and restricted lock angle at 22.5. So now I'm going to get into my gearing and suspension. Alright, so there's not a whole lot of differences with this. The main differences between my outdoor and my Supercross are in the shock. But I'm going to start off with all the fork specs. So fork high speed compression damping 81, fork low speed compression damping 61, fork high speed rebound damping 70, fork low speed rebound damping 41, fork spring rate 75, fork preload 50, fork oil level 58, shock high speed compression damping 79, shock low speed compression damping 65, shock high speed rebound damping 82, shock low speed rebound damping 50, shock spring rate 75, shock preload 64. And now is my gearing. This is very preference based. Some people like a lot of top end. Okay, well the longest gears you can get is 2 -2. Not many people do that. I don't think anyone does that, honestly. I know Spencer Turley likes a lot of acceleration. He has very short gears. I'm not sure if he quite runs -2 too, but he runs some pretty short gearing. I personally like -10. That's comfortable for me, and that's what I've run for a very long time. Now onto my the rider stuff, the rider movement. Rider vertical spring 100, rider vertical damping 30, rider forward spring 100, rider forward damping 30, and finally my rider mass distribution at 50. So now, since I got to switch over to my outdoor setup, I'm going to show you guys how I would do that, and I'm also going to show you how to save setups. Alright, so first, to save a setup, what you want to do is you want to open your chat, and I'm going to save my Supercross setup because that's what I'm running right now, so it's just easier to, I'll just save it as what it is. And what you want to do is you want to type / right setup, all one word, space, and whatever you want to call it. What I call my Supercross is SX. Then you want to hit enter, and it says setup written right there on the bottom, right above the chat bar. So that means it's saved successfully. You just got to remember what you named it. And now to load a setup, what you're going to do is you're going to hit / again, read setup, all one word, space, and whatever you name the setup that you want to load. I called my outdoor setup MX, so I'm going to do that, hit enter. It says setup updated, so that means it has successfully loaded whatever setup you put into the chat. And yeah, so now I'm going to show you all the specs for my outdoor setup. Alright, so there aren't many differences in the outdoor and supercross setup, and there's only one difference in the advanced stability, which I will go to right now. So advanced stability is exactly the same everywhere, except for my roll damping is lower. And what roll damping does is it's how easily your rider will turn the bike. So for example, if you have it at whatever the max is, let's just say 100 for argument's sake, it will be very slow turning the bike. And it just makes it very difficult to make corners the higher it is. The faster you get, the lower you want it. So for me, I have mine higher on Supercross because when I had it at 30, I just switched both of them to 30 a couple days ago. And when I had them both at 30, or when I had the Supercross at 30, I found myself overcorrecting a lot and weaving across the track, and I couldn't hold my line. So I put that back up to 33. And the issue I was having when it was higher with outdoors is I was going into ruts really fast, and I couldn't turn quick enough. I always went over them. I would be in them for about 10 feet, and I'd still be holding the stick down to turn, and I would just not turn fast enough and go over. So I lowered it, and it pretty much solved my problem. I could honestly probably run like 29, 28, but I'm comfortable with the 30 right now, and I'm going to wait till I'm too fast to hit ruts, basically. That's when I'll lower it. Alright, so my outdoor setup is basically the same. There aren't a whole lot of differences, but yeah, I can't remember exactly where the differences start, so I'm just going to go through the whole thing again. So fork high-speed compression damping is 81, fork low-speed compression damping 61, fork high-speed rebound damping 70, fork low-speed rebound damping 41, fork spring rate 25, fork preload 35, fork oil level 80. Now for the shock. Shock high-speed compression damping 79, shock low-speed compression damping 65, shock high-speed rebound damping 82, shock low-speed rebound damping 50, shock spring rate 16, and shock preload 38. And now for the gearing, what I personally like to run is a 1-0. It works for me. A lot of people don't like it, but you know, you just run whatever you like. It doesn't really matter if you switch it for outdoor or supercross, but it's definitely better to have more teeth if you're going to do supercross. Now for rider vertical spring, I have 88. Rider vertical damping 40, rider forward spring 88, rider forward damping 40, and rider mass distribution 50. Alright, so I hope this video helped you guys. Hopefully some of you guys use my setup. I've given it to people before in like Skype calls and stuff, and it's helped a few people out a lot. They're instantly faster. I'm not trying to say my setup is like the ultimate setup or whatever, it just worked for them, or they had a crap setup. And mine, I don't consider mine great. It's great for me, but it might not be great for anyone else, you know? So I highly encourage you to play around with your setup. I'm constantly seeing what works and what doesn't. Well, I used to, and now I've really settled down with what I have now. But, yeah, watch right here. You can see it compress. And I'm not, like, it's not like I was giving it enough gas to bring the front wheel up. I did the second time, but the first time, you know, I didn't really. So it's very soft. This is why I have two setups, because I like a softer setup, but this is too soft for Supercross. If I cased a quad in a rhythm section, I would instantly be dead. With my Supercross setup, it's a little bit stiffer. It's still soft enough to where it feels good in corners, but it's also stiff enough to case like those quads where you would die with my Supercross or my outdoor setup. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, so thanks for watching, and I will see you later.